I was charging like 45 a cut. I was doing like close to 80 hours a week. I was really busting my tail, bro. And now I'm charging $125 a haircut.
You
Yup.
literally doubled your income in 10 months, bro. Not only did you double your income, you're working less hours, and you were able to create your own hair product based off your brand. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, bro.
I was getting tired. I was burnt out. I was really trying to figure out different ways to do it or make more, work less, and I couldn't figure it out. Like I didn't know what the breakthrough was. And I know barbers. I know barbers right now who have been in the same spot for the past 10 years, charging the same price for the past 10 years, giving the same haircuts that they did 10 years ago. I'm not trying to do that. I want my haircuts to be better, so I invest in my haircutting knowledge. I want my body to feel better, so I invest in my time, so I'm not behind the chair as much. You know what I'm saying? I invest in my clients, so looking for higher value clients and then giving them a higher value service that allows me to be higher value. You know what I mean?
I remember you were like, yeah, I want to take care of my mom. I want to be able to make my mom proud. And you did
Yeah.
that too, bro. You literally did everything you said you would do.
Yeah.
Good shit, bro. Heavy.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it.
Bro, you literally did everything you said you would do. You wanted to start a grooming product. You wanted to charge. You want to make 20K. You want to get booked out at 100 a cut. You did it, bro. You literally did all of it, bro. What is good, YouTube? We're back with another fire interview with my boy here, David, aka Chunk the Barber. He's had some insane results since working with us. He's a super hard worker. He's an OG barber. David, man, just kind of let them know, like, what are some of the results that you personally got? I think, when did we start working with you? Was it like January?
Yeah, it's January. Been almost 10 months now. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, I joined the group in January. I was already a fully booked barber. I was charging like 45 a cut. I was doing like close to 80 hours a week. I was really busting my tail, bro, and I was getting close. I was like 10K, 11K a month, no cap. Like I was
Yeah,
doing really well. I was doing really well. But I
exactly.
just wanted to do better, and I was a little bit like kind of just working too much for my money. I needed to kind of scale a little bit and get to that next level. So Bristol definitely helped me do that.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. So I guess let's compare where you were at when you started. You know, I know you were around 10K a month, right? Around 10, 11K. Without social media, which is actually really impressive, man. Like you had a crazy clientele. You were booked out. You know, you had that reputation, and you were how many years of experience?
Uh, it was like 9.5, 10 years almost.
Yeah, so you've been cutting for 10 years, and you were making really good money, bro. Um,
Yeah.
but I think on that first call, you kind of let me know like you were super busy with cutting, and you kind of wanted to grow a brand.
Yeah, I was trying to grow my name and my brand and kind of scale a little bit and almost make the same amount of money and work like almost half the time because in the industry you almost trade your time for money. You got to
Exactly.
stand behind the chair in order to create some sort of income. So I'm just trying to find different ways to like make some passive income, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like with you wanting to build a brand, right? Well, first we got to get into Chunk's grooming products because you did end up building a brand, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
I guess first, just off cutting hair alone, kind of run us through like what wins did you get? What progress did you look like? What were you charging? What were you making? I know you said charging 45. What were you charging and what were you making back then? And then what are you charging and what was your highest month now?
So I was charging $45 a haircut, working 80 hours a week, making 10K a month, and 10K was like top end. Now I'm charging $125 a haircut. I'm working 60 hours a week or less, like 60 hours is tops, and I'm making close to 20K. My best month right now was 20K $500.
Let's go. So you
Yup.
literally doubled your income in 10 months, bro. And
And
not only
worked
did you
half the
double your income,
hours.
yeah, not only did you double your income, you're working less hours, and you were able to create your own hair product based off your brand. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, bro. So I mean, dude, your results are insane, man. And it's like, I guess before joining, you know, what was that was your biggest milestone? Do you feel like that's your biggest? What was your biggest milestone? I want to hear you say it.
Definitely April hitting that 20K mark. That was my goal going into it. Like I remember on the first call we had together, you were like, "What is your goal?" And 20K was the goal, man, and I hit it.
Oh
I
yeah,
hit that.
dude, let's go. And
Yes,
I'm,
sir.
bro. The back then, bro, the limiting beliefs you had were crazy because it was like you had so much knowledge of the barber game, but like you being willing to learn, that was such a huge thing, right? Because how many barbers, especially with that experience, are willing to learn from someone younger, right? Are willing to learn from someone
Yeah,
who's
a
not as
100%. I noticed that a lot in our industry that people reach a certain level or they have a certain amount of years of experience and they're closed minded, they're closed ears, they don't want to have nothing to do with nobody younger than them or nobody with less years of experience. And they see it as like, oh, I've already done what you did. Like, nah, bro, everybody has something to learn, everybody has something for you to teach and to learn from. So it doesn't matter the age group or the experience level. You can literally learn from anyone. You know what I mean? Whether it be a work ethic, whether it be a thing about saving time, saving money, saving your hours in the shop, like it there's different ways to do things. So being in a group with a lot of younger guys, it definitely helped to open my eyes to we
heck
can
yeah.
use the internet to make money. You don't have to struggle and hustle all the time. You can save your time with the internet.
Yes, sir. And I guess, bro, going back, you're an OG, bro. You've been cutting 10 years. How did you get into barbering in the first place? Because I've
My
never.
mom used to cut my hair, bro. My mom was cutting my hair, and she was cool when I was getting the buzz and all that. But man, I wanted some comb overs or some pompadours, stuff like that. Like I started seeing the new styles, and she couldn't do it. So I said, man, I got to do it myself. So I
Dang.
took matters into my own hands and started
And that
cutting.
was a long time ago, huh?
That was in 2015, bro.
Okay, cool.
Nah, that was in 2013 because I did my first haircut in 2015.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah,
bet.
bro.
And like before you even started working with us, bro, what were you kind of struggling with? What was the hardest part about your business? This is unique because you were booked out, bro. You were living most people's dream barber career
I
before.
appreciate it, bro. For me, it was getting some sort of recognition for the hustle and putting my name out there and creating a brand because I have bigger goals than just posting on Instagram. I want to create a whole name for myself and a whole future for me and my future family. So, in order to do that, I got to take certain steps. And before I met Bristol, I was already on a plan to do that. I already wanted to grow, but I didn't have a path or a way to do it. I didn't have ideas. So, being in the group helped me to keep myself accountable, to have the ideas, to have the structure of how to do things. Because let's face it, bro. Internet is not easy. Posting is not easy. Being on social media is not easy. And I know a lot of people do try to do it themselves, and they only get but so far because there's a certain algorithm, certain path you got to follow in order for the things to hit correctly.
Yeah, and 100%, man. Like you said, you were kind of trying to figure it out on your own, I think, at the start. But it's like you knew that content was the kind of the missing piece to your business.
That's exactly what it was. The content.
Yeah, but it's like you kind of just didn't know how to implement it. I'd say the other biggest thing for you, talk to me about like kind of how it was raising prices and actually like implementing systems. Because I remember on our first few calls, like I feel like you just didn't, you didn't even have that perspective of charging more than 45. It was more like do more haircuts to make more money. What kind of change?
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of us we have self doubt. I think the biggest one is fear. Fear
Yeah,
of what other people will think, fear of what the other barbers will think, fear of what you think about yourself. So it's about breaking through that and getting uncomfortable and realizing you can charge more. You should charge more, especially if you're doing extra services or taking extra long on your haircut. So it's really about you giving yourself the value and believing that you can do it. Because if you can't, nobody else can, bro. If you don't believe you're $100 barber, nobody else is gonna believe that. So Bristol helped me to open my eyes to be like, yo, you are the guy. You can do it. You just have to take that step. And honestly, after one haircut, it was like, damn, I got paid 100. After two haircuts, it was like, okay, yeah, 100. After three or four haircuts, like, this is my new price, bro. This is normal. This is what the new average is. So
yes, sir.
it's about moving that needle, about moving that average up, and really taking that next step to believe in you, believe in yourself, so that you can do that.
Yeah, bro. Because I mean, dude, you were literally like you felt guilty about charging your clients more.
I
What would you
did.
say to barbers that really feel like they're guilty about charging more, or they just feel like they're not worthy of charging more, that it's unfair whatever kind of beliefs you had. I know you were afraid of losing clients. I know you thought it was unfair, right? You were kind of not unworthy, but like almost like it wasn't justified for you to charge more because
Yeah.
you're
I can
scamming.
understand how people think it's unjustified or how you're not worthy or you'll lose clients. So, for the first part, unjustified, it is justified because the type of haircuts that you're giving, you have to be great at it. You can't give no mediocre haircut. You have to do great and be great. And when you are that, then you deserve that. And then part of you believing in yourself so you can have that mindset to where you value your own haircut at that price point, because if you don't value it nobody else will, and that comes with the clients. Now they value you at that price point. The people that you lose, that's okay, that's not the client you want. You want the client that values you at 100. So you have to get to that point by charging that, and now people will also value you at that point. It's
Yes.
like you can't put yourself beneath that. You have to break through that and understand it's possible. I have to try it and people will follow me. And for those who don't, thank you for the business that you have given me, but I got to move forward.
Yeah. How important was it for you to actually like kind of, because at the start, most barbers, right, they feel like, the farther you are booked out in advance, the more money you're going to make. Do you feel like that was true? And also, do you feel like going up in price, was that kind of like a key thing to get in new clients? That helped getting new clients? Or was you just, was it a case of just,
So I learned something at the Connecticut Barber Expo. They said, I think, I can't remember his name now, but he said, if you're too booked, you're too cheap.
right?
You once you hit that 80% bookmark, you need to go up in price because you need open spots. What the open spot does is allow new clients to come in. So let's say Joe comes in at $90. That's the first time he's met you. That's the first time he's seen you. That's the first time he heard about you and got a cut from you at $90. So you're the $90 barber. That's normal. That's regular to him because that's how he met you. So now when you go up to 100, 125, 150, he only sees a $50 increase versus the guy who didn't want to come to you anymore because you went from 45 to 90. That's okay. He doesn't value that anymore because you're not looking for that client. You're looking for a higher value client. They're going to
Yeah.
be more comfortable and see you at that new spot. They got a new spot open for you at 90 is because you were able to drop the other client and have that open space. And now you fill that space with that $90 client.
100%. And then I guess another question I have for you, bro, because that was a good explanation, actually. I like the way you said that. I'm blanking. Oh, another thing, man. I feel like a lot of barbers think raising prices is just about getting a bunch of followers, right? And just like ego and just like, charging more just to charge more, right? How important is the fulfillment side of the business? How important is it to actually have a good product before you charge a lot, right? How important would you say it is, I guess, to have a good product? And the other question I was going to ask you, dude, I blanked. So yeah, how important is it to have a quality product? Can you just charge more and just give out trash haircuts? Oh, I was gonna say
So
the other thing is my fault. Let me
go ahead,
ask
go
this.
ahead.
So how important is it to have good fulfillment, right? To actually give a good service, right? And to have a good quality haircut. And like again, a lot of people think it's just about getting a bunch of followers means you can charge more. But you actually never got crazy. You gained followers, but you
Yeah, I
never
didn't
had
blow up or nothing crazy like that.
skits are blowing up to make more money. What would you say to the barbers that say, I don't want to be an influencer to make 20K a month? And what would you say to the barbers that say, oh, charging more is just scamming people and these people give out bad haircuts and they think they can charge all this money?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely you can't charge more if you got a shit product. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have to. It's very simple, bro. It's very simple. Toyota, they charge a certain amount for their car because they know it has good. It's a great car. It'll last them a long time, but it's a Toyota. Porsche, they charge a little bit more. Their car may not last as long or may not be a daily driver, but it's a Porsche. You're paying for that performance. You're paying for that high top tier. Ferrari, Ferrari is the highest of the highest. Why are you paying so much for a Ferrari? Because it is the best. It doesn't get better. So you have to have a great product. You have to have a great service. You have to have great care. You have to love what you do. and you have to invest in yourself. When you do all those, then you can charge 100. It's not just I'm gonna get all these followers and start charging willy nilly. Nah, like the people who charge that are because they've lived their life that way. It's not just about $100. No, you gotta wake up the earliest. You gotta work the hardest. You gotta post the most. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
be there every single day and love it every single day and care the most. So it's not just, oh, I got a little good at taper, I'm gonna start charging. Nah, bro. Like the people that are doing this $100 price point is because they're living their life that way. So that $50 barber, he's going out at night and drinking. That $50 barber, he doesn't wake up early in the morning and run 2, 3, 4 miles. They're not doing that stuff. So in order to become that $100 barber, you got to live your life like a $100 barber. It's not easy, and that's why very few people can do it because
Yes,
it's a
sir.
mindset. It's a physical way. It's a mental about how you treat people and the people treat you around you. You change your aura. Like
Sir.
it all is all leveling and scaling and getting up. You going from level one, level two, level three. To go up, you got to leave some people behind. You got to leave some ways behind. You got to leave some habits behind, and you got to grow. And when you grow, your price grows. It all comes together. So you got to have a great service. You got to have a great cut. The service is separate from the haircut. The service is how you greet them and sit them and clean them before they leave. That's apart from the haircut. The haircut is actually how you cut the hair. So that's got to be 100% too. You know what I'm saying? And then the
Yes,
way that you treat yourself, it's got to be 100%. So you can do those three together. You can charge the $100.
100%. And then two more things going into that, man. Like, how important is it to actually solve a problem for your clients? Because I know that's part of the service, right? How important was it for you to make that shift from just giving a haircut to solving a problem? And then also, if you could just elaborate more, man, like what really needed to change from the $40, $50 version of Chunk to the $100 version of Chunk?
Right. So for the first part, say the question again.
Yeah, so like, did you ever have a shift of where you were focused more on giving a haircut, and then did you kind of make that shift to like,
Solving
this
the
is
problem, right?
solving a problem?
So going up in my price, I was able to extend the appointment time a little bit. I almost doubled the appointment time. This allowed me to really take each time on each client and figure out what's best for them versus just chopping the side, chopping the top, and get them out so I can get the next one in. Because a lot of times when we're stuck at the lower price point, we try to get in more people to make more money. But if I'm charging 125 $125, I can't do a 30-minute haircut. The haircut has to be full service. I need a great consultation. So I need to ask them, like you're saying, what problems do you have? What problems did past barbers give you? What problems did I give you maybe in the past that you want me to fix? And
Hmm.
then having that a little bit slightly longer appointment time allows me to really take care of each problem and fix it for them so that not only do they look good when they leave, but they look good a month after. I don't want my haircut to be good for 3 days. I want my haircut to last a whole month. So how do you do that is you figure out certain issues. Do you like this? Do you not like this? Really ask your client, figure out what they want. That's how you get to that higher price point. You got to figure out what they want from you as a barber. Because a lot of barbers just fade on the side. Cool, I got you. Taper, I got you. Nah, bro, you got to figure out the structure of their head shape, their face, what job they do, what their profession, how many family members they have. To all that stuff, it really matters what kind of look you give them. You know what I'm saying?
100%. So it's more about being like, I guess people would say like an image consultant versus like just a barber, just a haircutter.
Exactly. You want an image consultant. Their hair is part of their image, so you have to really consult them on what they want to give them that image.
Yeah. And then another thing, man, really quick, like what would you say to the barbers that are like, oh, well, I'm just gonna do 30-minute haircuts. Like you charge 100, but you do an hour. Why not just do two $50 haircuts, 30 minutes each?
I mean, you can do that, you know what I mean? And essentially you would make the same per hour, but
What's the
I
benefit?
I want to, like I said, I want to be able to really give full amount of care to each client, and I felt like I was on that 30, 45 minute schedule. I was just rushing. I wasn't able to really fulfill every client's needs. So a lot of my clients, have left me because they don't want to sit in the chair for that long. But the ones who do, they get that perfect service and they get that really long lasting haircut that they really appreciate that a lot more. And then that makes me appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
What
I
was your
guess.
other question before the last one?
Oh yeah, I got one more, but just really quick on this, like a mini question. When you were, when you were doing 30-minute haircuts and charging less, right? Did you feel like that was sustainable, like long term? Did you see yourself doing that for another 10 years, or were you kind of getting tired of it, and did you start to realize that it was kind of like,
I was
sustainable?
getting tired. I was burnt out. I was really trying to figure out different ways to do it or make more, work less, and I couldn't figure it out. Like I didn't know what the breakthrough was. And I know barbers. I know barbers right now who have been in the same spot for the past 10 years, charging the same price for the past 10 years, giving the same haircuts that they did 10 years ago. I'm not trying to do that. I want my haircuts to be better, so I invest in my haircutting knowledge. I want my body to feel better, so I invest in my time, so I'm not behind the chair as much. You know what I'm saying? I invest in my clients, so looking for higher value clients and then giving them a higher value service, that allows me to be higher value. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So going back to all of this, right? I know you mentioned your habits earlier, and now you're mentioning like your circle and your clients, right? $40 chunk versus $100 chunk, right? What changed, right? I know you mentioned your habits, all that stuff. Are you different? Do you feel different? Is there a
I'm
difference?
a whole different person, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So $40 trunk, man. I would go out two times a week to go get drinks with the friends and go clubbing. I quit doing that. I don't go to no club. I don't drink no more. I was smoking nicotine every day with the vape pen in front of the clients, hitting the client's vape pen, all that. I quit that completely. No more nicotine. I was smoking weed every day. Recently, I just quit all that. I don't smoke no more weed. I don't do none of that anymore.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
working out every single day, whether it be boxing, going to the gym, running. I do some sort of physical activity every day. I've been reading more, so I get my books. I get my books in. I got a book right now called Who Not How. Atomic Habits. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, that's a good ass book, man. That's a great book. And that's how it all started. That's actually how it all started. I read Atomic Habits and I realized if you want something better out of your life, you have to try. You really have to try. And not just a little bit. Every freaking day you got to go and give it all you got, bro. Cuz if you don't, what are you doing, bro? You're a bum, bro. You're just sitting there living the same life after another, same day after another. Like, bro, come on, bro. You don't want to get better, bro? You don't want to be more, you don't want to do more, you don't want to see more. Like, to in order to go from 40 to 100, you got to change, bro. You have to change. You have to do more. That's the only way. Like, I trust me, I've dropped so many friends this year, bro. I've dropped so many habits this year, bro. And it was all because I'm level 1 and I want to get to level 2. So everybody in that level 1, I got to drop them, bro. I'm trying to get to level 3. Everybody in level 2, I got to drop them, bro. Because it just is what it is, bro. So same thing with the habits and the lifestyle and the physical, everything. You got to, it's like,
Did you say it's all connected? What do you think
it's all
about like the people
connected,
that say
bro.
it's just business and like I can do whatever I want when I'm not in the chair, but as long as I'm professional when I'm in the shop, or I can go out and party every night on the weekend as long as I show up and cut my client's hair.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. You could do that, but people know it's in your aura, it's in your mindset, it's in your heart, it's in how you do what you do. You can you can indulge in all the pleasurable stuff. And we're human, bro. We all have to indulge eventually or take a break eventually or a rest eventually. That's fine. You can rest if you want to. I'm not going to, bro. I promise you I'm not going to cuz it's not about that. Like what's the point? It's like, man, I used to have this high school coach. He used to tell us all the time, what hurts more, the pain of hard work or the pain of regret, bro? Hard work is a short amount of time. You work today, and when you go to sleep, you're good. And then next day, you work again a little bit. But what hurts more when you're later thinking about, damn, bro, all that time I had, I didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like
you're
you
one of
gotta
the
you gotta
hardest
really
workers we
scale
had.
yourself.
Yeah, dude, you're one of the hardest workers we had, man. You came in here, right? OG barber, 10 years of experience, all these limiting beliefs. Like honestly, like I'm beyond proud of you, dude. because it's
Thank
a
you, bro. I appreciate
whole
that,
thing.
Bristol.
Like, to see who you are now versus the guy who hopped on the onboarding call with me. So many little beliefs about charging more. Like the first price raise where you told me that you didn't feel like you were worth charging $60, and I had to tell you, I was like, bro, you've been cutting hair for 10 years, and you think that you should charge the same as all the other new barbers? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
What I mean? There's people that have been cutting 1 year, and like there's no reason why you shouldn't be charging more. You just need to get your brand up there, right, dude?
yeah.
It's a whole change, man. Like,
No, I appreciate you, Bristol. You really lead from the front, bro. You lead by example. Like everybody in the group, we know it and we all see it. Like you work the hardest, bro. You work the fucking hardest. That's why when I met you and I started talking to you, like even after I joined, I got to know y'all a little bit more. I realized like bro, these younger guys are killing it, bro. They're legit killing it, bro. They're going crazy. Why are they going crazy? What are they doing that's making them do this? It's because they're putting the most amount of effort in, bro. They're putting the most amount of time in. It's not a thing where you do it when you feel like it or you do it when you want to. Nah, bro, you do it every day. The times that when you don't want to and you do it, that's when it counts the most. And I see you, I see Seth, I see Jeff, bro. Y'all, bro, y'all be going in, bro. Y'all be putting in that work. So looking at y'all younger than me, hungrier than me, getting after it more than me, I'm like, bro, what am I doing, bro? I gotta get after it. So I appreciate y'all because y'all really inspired me to want to do more, bro. Realistically, bro.
my boy, yes sir,
Much
bro.
love, bro.
Dude, being one of like the hardest workers too, man. Like you were working hard. You don't give yourself enough credit, but you were working your ass off before you even started, right?
Yeah,
How important was it for you to not only work hard but also work smart, right? Because working
I
hard got you
think
a month.
that's the
Yeah,
key.
like I would say working smart got you to 20K a month, right?
Yeah, because
Like,
even though I was going out drinking, I was smoking, doing that stuff, I was still putting 12-hour days in the shop. I was still the first one in the shop and the last one out of the shop, regardless of my outside life.
yeah.
So working smarter was letting go of the bad habits and putting forward good ones that was able to help me shift because let's be honest, even though I'm working 12 hours, those first 5 hours being hung over and being all messed up, it wasn't good, bro. It wasn't good. So working smarter is not only using the internet, but using my time better, using my time because you do need to rest. It's about working hard and then recovering hard so you can work hard more. So I needed to rest correctly. I needed to do my work online correctly, get my presence out there correctly. So all of it together was able to really help me scale more.
Dude, 100%. And then like with raising prices too, how important was it for you to kind of know when to go up on price? I feel like people have this misconception that, the barbers that raise prices quickly are just BSing and they just raise prices
Mm.
just to raise prices, right? Like was there a
So
lot of numbers that went into it? Was there a lot of consideration, or did we just do this because we were just like, oh, it's been a month, it's time to raise prices?
yeah, nah, there's math behind it. There's a specific number. It's 80%. Once
Yep.
your book is filled at 80%, you need to go up on your price. If you have a booked out for if you say I love when barbers say, "Oh, I'm booked for the next 3 weeks," because I was him. I was booked for a month. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing, bro. You should be proud because that's not easy to do. A lot of barbers wish they could have that. What good does that do you? You're booked for the next 3 weeks. You know how much money you're gonna make for the next 3 weeks, but it's a small amount and you're killing yourself. And now you have no breaks. You have no time to think or breathe, bro. Once you're 80% booked, 80% is the magic number because once you hit that, you need to go up on your price because you don't ever want to be fully booked. The reason why, when you're fully booked, there's no space for new clients. And what do new clients do? They pay your new price. So you go up in price, your new client comes in and he meets you, like I said earlier, he meets you at that $90. That's normal. That's a normal for him because he met you at 90. So the more people you can meet at a higher price point is good, but the only way you can do that is by having space open. If you're booked out for 3 weeks, booked out for a month, that's amazing, but now you have no space for nobody new. You're booked out with the same 50, 60 people every week. You need to bump that up because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in that same cycle, and then you find yourself year after year charging the same, doing the same, cutting the same. You got to go up, bro.
Yeah. how important is it for you to take that jump, man? And then one more topic I want you to talk about too that I think like applies to you. How important was it also to kind of learn the difference of working? I know we talked about like in versus on the business. If you
Yeah,
remember, like,
yeah.
'cause you used to be only working in the business, just cutting, 60 hours a week. How important was it for you to take the time and step back and work on the business? Kind of hop on calls, learn how to grow, right? Learn, how to track your numbers, learn how to market yourself.
So for the first question is simple answer. Going up in price is about self value and realizing that you can do it. It's hard, and it's hard for you to justify it mentally. It's hard for you to see other people, they're gonna talk shit or they're gonna say things about you going up on your price. But once you hit that 80% mark, you need to go up because you need to keep new people coming in. So you have to be able to give yourself the value and realize, okay, I'm gonna go up. It lights a fire under your ass. $100 barber, you now have to act that way. You have to cut that way. You have to live that way. So it forces you to get uncomfortable and to really, really try hard to live your life like $100 barber. And then the second question,
Yeah, just working in versus on.
working in versus on the business. Working in the business is behind the chair all day, greeting clients, being great with customer service, helping everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's in the business. Working on the business is recording your stuff, learning how to properly do a showcase so that you can book in $100 people, because you can cut 10 out of 10 all day long. If you don't know how to properly record your haircuts, you don't know what angles to use, you don't know what lighting to use, you're not going to be able to showcase that properly, and no one is going to book you. They're not going to book you if you don't know how to show people, hey, I can do $100 haircut. So I can take $100 haircut and take a bad video of it, boom, $20 haircut. No one's gonna want to book you. I can take a $20 haircut and take a great $100 video, boom, now I could give you $100 haircut just from a video. So being able to do both, $100 haircut plus the $100 video together, that's a $200 value, bro. And now I'm giving it to you for half price at 100. That's the mental behind it. Is working on the business is things outside of the shop, editing your video. So that's one thing. Boom, Chunks grooming products is the second thing. I I did something nobody else did in the DMV. I was able to create my own grooming product to be able to sell to my own clientele and online.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
still learning e-commerce and learning online sales. It's very difficult, but I'm only one guy, so it's hard to get it all going, but I'm still trying to work on the business versus in the business. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
another level that people, they see my product at home on their shelf, they think, I need a haircut." You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that that's not necessarily being behind the chair that's allowing you to go out. Another thing is I've been doing small podcasts and videos and helping out other barbers. Like, bro, giving out a helping hand goes a long way. The only way our industry will grow is helping each other. And you don't have to ask people for money. Just give them your time and your value. If you know something, teach them. If you don't, ask for help. And doing that together will help the industry grow. So that's all stuff we can do that's on the business versus in the business, behind the chair, cutting all day. Like, all that is amazing, but you have to take a step back and look from the outside picture to help everything grow.
Yes, sir. I know another thing, man, is like back when we first started working together, you didn't have a lot of free time to work on the business. You definitely, I feel like you didn't have a lot of time to work on Chunk's grooming products. How did decreasing your hours per week working behind the chair actually help you like start Chunk's grooming products?
I was able to take a whole I was working 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. So that was making me so burnt out that the other 2 days off, I was doing absolutely nothing. Other than like laundry and cooking and like regular get back to life shit, I was doing absolutely nothing. I was just lazy on my phone, on my butt. But taking off just one day, half, not even full day, half day. I still work 9 to 1 on that day. So taking off that half day allowed me to be able to take a step back and work on the business with the grooming products, with my editing, with talking to other barbers and other people in the industry to help each other and learn from each other. So sometimes you need to take a step back and not put so much work on this hamster wheel that we live in. We're just going over and over and over and over on the same thing. Like, you need to take a step back and look at everything from a bigger picture and try to figure out different ways to implement systems or different ways to implement certain small habits and tasks that you can give yourself in order to make everything grow versus just being on that hamster wheel over and over and over and over and over because you get burnt out like that, bro.
Yeah, 100%. It's easy to get burnt out, man. Back to the. I'm trying to think of some more questions too, bro. Fire responses though.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it, bro. I'm trying to think of more questions. I'm blank. I have the dog, but I'm trying to think of how we can be creative with it. Okay, okay, I got you. Cool. So back for like our onboarding call and everything, bro. Back then, um, kind of yeah. Like what originally made you interested in kind of getting help, right? Why not just say still get 10K a month? Why not try and figure it out on your own? And then when we jumped on that call, were you kind of nervous about spending that kind of money? Investing into yourself. Getting some help actually scaling. It's not cheap.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I read that book, Atomic Habits. So I was already on a certain life path to where I was trying to better myself. I had already been quit nicotine for a whole year at that time, and I was already kind of letting certain people go of my life, and I had let go of the drinking a little bit. But um, finding Bristol, I was able to kind of take that next step that really helped me to lock in, as people say, and really helped me grow because I needed help. I really did need help in order to work on the business, not in the business. And of course, you're skeptical, bro. There's so many coaches online, and everybody wants to help you gain money and this and that. Like, you know what I mean? So of course everybody's skeptical, but after talking to Bristol, I realized, okay, this kid actually works really fucking hard. This kid really puts the time in. So if he's doing that, I can learn from him. I can try to emulate the things that he's doing. Maybe it'll work for me. You know what I'm saying? And it was expensive, but I talked to a couple people about it. I talked to my best friend about it. He's a really really smart guy. I talked to my mom about it, and I talked to a couple other people, and they're like, "Bro, what? You're gonna spend that much money on a mentor? Like, bro, go buy a camera and do it yourself." Like, and I could have done it, but it wouldn't have been the same. I promise you, it wouldn't have been the same. And a lot of people around me, and a lot of people in the industry, not that I see personally, but in the outer basis, I know they talk. Everybody talks. They have some sort of opinion to say, and the only thing I have to say is like they didn't do it. They didn't do it. So investing into yourself, investing into no matter how much it costs, if you know it's gonna help you grow, you have to do it. Cause I already made my money back triple, bro, quadruple, quintuple. I'm telling you. So it's the money will take you certain places that you want to go. You just have to invest it into the right things. So I could have spent that money on drinks. I could have spent that money on a camera. I could have spent that money on a laptop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I spent it on a coach who's going to help me actually grow and wants to see me actually grow. Because there is a lot of people and scammers and coaches who, oh, give me this much and I'll help you make this much. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like they got their thing going, but people who actually want to see you grow, you can feel it. You can see it when they talk to you, how they talk to you. So you kind of have to be skeptical, and I understand, like, you know what I mean. Some people may or may not want to do it, but self investment is extremely extremely important, and so many people pass up on that, and they're like, I could put the money somewhere else. You're not going to, bruh. You know you're not going to. You're gonna put the money on some bullshit. So invest into yourself, invest into a coach who actually cares, and you will see a lot of growth. You
Yes,
definitely
sir.
will.
I guess so. Some other things too, bro. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Means a
Yeah, no,
lot.
of course, bro. I mean that. I actually mean that.
Thank you, bro. Dude, what fears or doubts did you kind of have to push through, like when raising prices? When kind of looking at, hey, again, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I should get some help scaling. I'm not where I want to be. Was there
Yeah,
any?
when you scale, you want to go up on price or you want to do things better. So fear. of judgment is a big one. Fear of what other people are gonna say, your coworkers, like other people in the industry, even family, bro. Sometimes family's gonna be like, "Oh, you're charging that much? I'm not coming to you anymore." Like, and that's cool, bro. Like, that's not who you need around you. Because if you want to get to a certain level, think about think about the type of people that's paying $125 for a haircut. Think about the conversations they have. Think about their job. So you can learn from these people. You cut a $125 client. He's probably the head of the dealership. He's not a salesman. He's the head of the dealership. So he can teach you certain things that's going to help you scale your life outside of the shop. And then, like, what was the question again? I lost train of thought
Yeah,
right
like
there.
what? Yeah, what were some fears? What were some doubts?
Fears, right? Doubts was
Did you ever feel like this wouldn't work? Did you ever feel
yeah,
like
doubts was definitely that. I mean, for sure. Like, you're like, oh, you know, I'm gonna spend all this money on a coach and he's not gonna help me. But that's a fear that you're gonna have to overcome, bro. Like, you have to get past that point because there's gonna be doubts. There's gonna be doubt in yourself, doubt in other people. So you just, bro, to get past things, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to
sir?
realize, like, you get past that, and once you get past it, you look back, you're like, damn, that shit was slight. It was super slight.
And then I guess when you're finally there, bro, like you did it. You know, you're charging 100. You're
Appreciate
booked
it.
out.
Let's go, boy.
Yes, sir, bro. That was the goal. So it's like,
Yeah.
how are the talkers? How are the doubters? Like, what are they saying now? Are they saying anything? You know, are they
They
treating
just
you
be
like?
asking me how. That's all they say, bro.
That's
How?
how it
How
goes,
did you
man.
do it,
Unfortunately,
bro?
man, that's just how
How?
it
That's all
goes.
they gotta
So it's
say,
like,
bro.
you know what I mean? What about like family, friends? You know, the ones that actually supported you. Like, you know, did
They're
they say
proud,
anything about
bro.
your growth? Anything like that?
Like, especially my mom, bro. That's like the one person that I care about the most, and I do it for the most because eventually I want to help retire her, bro. That's why
Mm,
I work
I
so
remember
hard.
that was
So
the goal.
her being able to see me better my life and put a smile on her face, and as far as like take an example from Bristol and all these young guys, like they live their life so clean. So I had to start living my life the same way, bro. Knocking out the bad habits, knocking out, like, she knows everything about me. So she knows that I was vaping, smoking, and drinking. She knew all that. And I'm a grown man, bro. She can't tell me do it or don't do it. You know what I mean? But it's something that I had to do myself, that she saw me change and saw me switch that up. And then my physical, like, I lost 60 pounds in the past 9 months. Like, she's seen that herself because I live with her. So all this kind of stuff that I've been doing, like letting go of bad habits and bad activities, she's seen it. So putting that smile on her face, like, that's the main family. Like, other family, they all, I'm proud of you, and they say good things. Some, they want to hate or whatever, because that's how family is, bro. But the one most important person, my mom, bro, she's just so proud of me, and that's all I care about, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
Hey,
like, yeah,
dude, that's the best. That's the best reason you could do it for, right,
yeah,
bro? Literally, just yeah, bro. And that was your goal too. I remember you were like, "Yeah, I want to take care of my mom. I want to be able to make my mom proud." And you did
yeah,
that too, bro. You literally did everything you said you would do.
yeah.
Good shit, bro. Heck yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it.
Bro, you literally did everything you said you would do. You wanted to start a grooming product. You wanted to chart. You want to make 20K. You want to get booked out at 100 a cut. You did it, bro. You literally did all of it, bro.
Yes, sir. We're
You,
not done though. We got a
no,
lot more
no,
work to do,
no, we're
boy.
definitely not done, bro.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. I guess what would you say to any barber that's in your position from before, or even making less? If they're even making like 3 to 5K, doing 30-minute haircuts, right? They think that they can't charge a lot. They think that it's not worth doing content. They think they can figure out whatever the case is, right? They think they can
If
figure out
if
their own.
you're a $15 barber, I envy you. I envy you so much because you have time on your side. You have so much growth, so many new goals to hit. So I could have done what I did in 10 years in 5. What I want y'all to realize is that you can do more than me in less time than me. It's very, very possible. You need to do 3 things. You need to try your hardest. You need to live that life where you only care about this stuff. You can't be doing all this friend shit and all this extra, like, really only care about haircuts, bro. You really, really got to give all to your haircuts. You got to be consistent. Number 2, you got to be consistent. You can't work your ass off for 3 days and take off 4 days. It's not going to work. It will never work. I don't care the most talented, freshest barber. best at the fade. If you only work 3 days a week and you take off 4 days a week, you will not grow. You will not grow at all. You got to work every single day. And three, bro, you gotta love it, bro. You really gotta love it, and you gotta live the life it's all one, bro. The three joints are all one. You gotta love it and love it consistently. Do it all together all the time, every day. So, and like I said, if you're $15 barber, take a video of all your haircuts now. I wish I had pictures of all my shitty haircuts back then. If you're ass at cutting hair, if you were a $15 barber and people tell you your haircuts suck, good. Take all the pictures, bro, and post it every single day because people want something to hate on. So give them something to hate on because you will get better. If you're consistent and you love it, you will get better. And then what can they say, bro? You're only getting better. Like they have nothing to hate on, bro. And the people that support you, they're going to support you even harder because it's amazing to see that growth going from 15 to 30 to 40 to fucking $500 a haircut. Like, bro, you need to document that. People like to see that growth process. So if you're young and you're trying to figure out what you want to do and you're dabbling into the haircuts, give it everything you got and document that because people want to see the growth. They really, really do, bro.
Hey, what about the people who are scared, bro? Like, or what about people who think that they can't do what you did?
Why are
I mean,
you scared, bro? What are you scared of? You're scared of other people? Who cares, bro? Honestly, who cares? Like, so many people are gonna have something to say. That's the thing. If you don't do anything, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's weak, he's lazy, he's a bum, he doesn't do anything." And if you do something, they're gonna be like, "Oh, look at him, he thinks he's a hot shot, he thinks he's top dog." Da da da. Da. Once you've been doing it for a while, they're gonna ask you, "Yo, how did you do that?" I
exactly.
promise
Yeah.
you, the first 6 months I posted every day. People come into the shop, clients would be like, "Oh, I see you're posting your little videos now." Nah, motherfucker, them big videos, bruh. I don't know what you talking about. Them big videos. And I kept that energy. And now people come in and they tell me, "Wow, I love your videos." So they're gonna talk, bro. That's the thing. People are scared of fear of judgment. When I
Yeah.
went to England, Josh OP said something. He said, "People live in other people's comfort zones."
Yeah.
Do not live in other people's comfort zones, bro. Break out of that shit. You make the comfort zone, bro. Get uncomfortable and create a new level, bro. Because people will want to follow you after that. I promise.
Exactly, bro. Dude, that's wise words. I guess my brain's going to the questions, bro, but I'm trying to take in everything you say too.
Yeah,
This is a banger interview. I'm gonna finish off with a few more questions.
yeah,
So,
go ahead.
did you feel stuck back when you were making 10K? Did you almost feel like you were in a trap? Because I know for me, I've had points in my career where I'm making a lot of money, but I still feel stuck. Did you ever feel like that, or not really?
I didn't feel stuck. I still felt good. I felt good because I was the first one to open and the last one to leave always. So I still felt good about myself and I still felt confident in my work. But I knew there was something more for me, bro. I felt like I wasn't stuck. I was just on the hamster wheel. The hamster wheel was going, bro. I'm talking about going, but it was on a hamster wheel, bro. I want
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 hamster wheels going. So the only way to do that is to work on the business, not in the
Right.
business. So that's what I'm. That's why I had to join, bro.
Exactly. And people probably have this misconception that like a lot of what we kind of work on is only content, right? All I teach is just content. The only thing we do is just teaching you how to make skits or whatever, right? Was there anything else that you found valuable, man? Was it like the calls, the feedback loops, knowing when to raise prices, knowing how to track your numbers, like the actual business systems? Was that helpful to you? Or would you say, no, this is just literally just.
Definitely tracking the numbers and tracking percentages on how much you charge, when to charge it, how to charge it, and that part was very important because the videos are there to create an engagement and to create traction and to get people to look.
Yeah,
But once they look and they get booked in, you need to figure out how to keep that going.
right.
So the percentages and the numbers, like simple, just my what's it called, Google Sheets. My
Hmm.
simple Google Sheets was there to allow me to track and see because I had never tracked before.
Most
So
barbers don't. Yeah.
yeah, most barbers don't. So really seeing, okay, this month I did good, this month I did bad, this month I did good. Okay, why did I do good? What can I keep doing on this month in order to continue that growth? So
Yes.
yes, the videos is a good aspect and you need that. It's very important, but also you need to learn the numbers and how to track. And
Mm-hmm.
then also seeing all the guys from, I said it already like multiple times, but seeing all the younger guys in the group living their life clean, like living their life in a way where they're allowed to rest and take time off the business to rest so that they can keep working on the business. Because a lot of us, when we take that time off, we go and do bullshit and all this time wasting activities that don't help you move forward. So
Right.
living a clean life allows you to really move that business forward.
Heck yeah, bro. How was it being in like a like-minded community? Have you ever been in a barber community kind of like that where people were, really hungry, or is this kind of a little different than what you're used to?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all attest to it, bro. In a lot of barber shops, it's a hater environment,
It
bro.
is. It's like a
It's a
hater
very big
chicken,
hater
bro.
environment, whether it's on social media, whether it's on in person.
Everyone has to hate on everyone.
They always think I get it. We all have egos. Barbers especially, we all have egos and we think we're the best. And I think I'm the best. And that's the way you should think too. You should think you're the best. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a certain aspect to it where being in barbershops, people like to talk shit about each other or they like to be like, oh, I'm better than him at this, I'm better than him at this. Like at the end of the day, bro, you gotta be better than you. And that's what I realized everybody in the group was they were better than themselves yesterday. And that's all that matters, bro. If you were better than yourself yesterday, the other people are not going to matter in your mind. Whatever they say, whatever they do, it's so unimportant. Not that they don't matter because they do matter, but it's that their shit is their shit and your shit is your shit. So you got to maintain your own goals and own life like you can't be worried so much about them, and that's where the hater kind of goes away. You hate less
Yeah.
on people and just focus on you and work on you. And a lot of the guys in this group, they do that. They only work on themselves. So I see Bristol working on himself every single day, whether it's on the business, in the business, or outside of the business in general. He's working on himself every single day. He doesn't have time to hate on me, bro. Why would he hate on me? You know what I'm saying? He only wants to see us grow. So being in an environment where we all love to see each other grow, it helps you to want to grow more. It
Yeah. Like,
helps you to
does that
want to
help?
do more.
Do you feel like that helped keep you accountable and helped you stay consistent? Just checking with me, being in the community, like did that
Most
help you stay
definitely,
consistent?
bro. Most definitely. Because at the end of the day, if you don't post, Bristol's gonna get on your butt, bro. He's gonna tell you something about it. And think about this. If there's a high schooler who's 17 years old, he's going to school full time, and he's cutting hair after school and full time on the weekends, and he might play a sport, and he's posting every day. Bro, you're a grown ass man, bro, and you got nothing else to do. You're gonna go drink and not post, bro. You're a loser, bro. Respectfully, you're a loser, bro. Post every day. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's a no brainer, bro. You have to do it every day. Consistency will kill the cat every single time.
Yes, sir. Lastly, man, what's some good topics you feel like we could give some value on?
Consistency.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That's a big topic, bro. A lot of people put work in every other day
Yeah.
or every third day. And you know what's crazy to me? I know a lot of people who would do really, really well on social media, but because they only post every 3 days or every 4 days or even once a month, bro, you're lacking. You're
Yeah.
lacking so much growth because you like, I'm not even that special, bro. I'm just a guy. There's a lot of people who have that it factor, or they
You
have
got
the
work.
look,
Uh,
or they have the skill level, but they don't post every day. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You literally could be making like 300K a year if you really push, but you don't. You don't because you're lazy and you're scared of what people will say and you don't want to do it. You want to go hang out with people like, bruh, come on, bro, wake up.
100%. And then, bro, what is next for Chunk, bro? I don't know if the
Woo!
barbershop is still in the works. I know Chunk's grooming is about to go crazy. We're charging 100 right now. We're making 20K a month. Like, dude, you're the top of the pinnacle. Like, how? What else could you even possibly do? Like, so most.
I have a lot of goals and aspirations, bro. I
What's
do.
next for Chunk the Barber?
Um, Immediately next, bro, I'm working on another license. So I just got my barber's license. I'm working on the instructor's license. So
Mm,
as
education.
soon as I get my paper L's, because they have to send me the paper, I'm gonna go and try to apply for instructor's license so I can teach the hands-on classes and courses for these young $15 barbers and really show them how to get after it.
Let's
And
go.
I guess from there, master barber's license and barbershop, and there's so many other ways to get more more out there, build my brand more, build my name more. So I do have a lot of plans, bro. I just got to keep working on it. That's it.
What can you let us know about that? Any sneak peeks? Anything we should look out for? Chunk Barbershop, Chunk Grooming
Nothing
Product.
set in stone, man. I just have so many ideas. I need to kind
Let's
of like
go.
lock in on one exactly and get that. But yeah, man, just trying to. I want to teach, man. I really want to teach, and I like what Bristol's got going on right now. I really love this whole class and course that he did. So I want to do something maybe like a hands-on or something like once a month where I can like really like teach people in person because I'm not
Mm,
really big with the online stuff, but
yes, sir.
I gotta do a little bit of both, right? But I really think like hands-on learning would be a really good route for me, like become an educator. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And then Chunk's Grooming Products. Where's that going?
Trunk shooting products right now, man. So, we're looking at restocking soon because I sell a lot of my clay. The clay is really popping off. People love the clay, so
Let's
I'm on
go.
my last legs with that one. We gotta get a re up on that soon, but I need to figure out a way to create some sort of marketing schemes or a little bit better like advertisement for the product to get more online sales because my word of mouth sales is going crazy. Like
Let's go.
people coming into the barber shop and not even getting a haircut, just buying product. So
What's the
that's
goal?
going really really well, but I do need to figure out a better way to sell online.
What's the goal? Is the goal just to like go crazy with Chunk's Grooming Products or?
Yeah, I mean, I want to get as big as possible with it. You know what I mean? So if there's any affiliate marketing out there, you know what I mean? Anybody who wants to work with Chung's Grooming, let me know. Like we can make something happen for sure.
Oh,
I am running a deal right now for barbers. So if you buy 10 products, you get 4 products for free. And then you can go and sell those products to your own clients as well. So
let's go. And then with barbering, are you gonna stay at 100? Do you want to charge more? Do you want to make more than 20K? Is that even the focus right now? Or are we just gonna like?
yeah, I mean, 20K is a great number. I want to hit 20K months more consistently for sure. And definitely try to just keep raising that bar. You know, 120 already seems like absolutely nuts, but there's room for improvement always, and I can definitely beef that up more. So it's all coming together. Just I guess with the like I said, consistency of living that clean life, so that I'm able to really push forward.
And just to quickly describe, man, just to sum it all up, how does overall, man, the business life, how does everything feel now versus, I guess back in January, was it? Back in January? How does everything feel overall? Like, how do you feel now versus back then?
I would say abundant.
Mm,
Abundant is a good word to put it. Abundance in general is just abundance of health, abundance of wealth, abundance of mental, abundance of work. You gotta work, bro. You gotta work and you gotta put that effort in. So abundance of effort and consistency. Those are the two big things that I can't stress it enough. You gotta be give the most effort. You got to show up before anybody and leave last, bro. You have to every single day. I was doing that before I met the group, but now with the group it's even twice as much as before. And consistency. Consistency will always win, bro. Every single time. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how strong you are, how much money you got. I don't care about none of that. Consistent effort will always win, bro. Consistent effort.
yes, sir. And then lastly, bro, any final words? Any barbers who might have been doom scrolling on the YouTube channel, they followed me for a while, or maybe they followed you for a while, and they're looking to get help scaling, right? They're kind of on the fence. You know, maybe they can figure it out on their own. Maybe they want to get help the same way you did. What would you tell them?
Bro, if you're tired of being a bum, tap in with Bristol, bro. That's the man for the job, baby. Let's go.
Hey, let's go, bro. All right, guys. So let me get mine. Okay. So guys, that's hold on. I'm gonna come closer. So guys, that pretty much wraps up. Hold on. So guys, that's pretty much wrapping up the interview with my guy Chunk here. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and link Chunk's grooming products in the description of this YouTube video, so you guys can go ahead and check him out. At Chunk the Barber on all platforms. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bet. At Chunk the Barber on all platforms. Again, guys, Chunk is literally one of the probably the best, most ideal people we'd want to work with within Cashflow Barbers because he's super consistent, never makes excuses, right? And he loves the work. He loves the game, right? He's a hard worker and he grinded his ass off, right? He outworked literally everybody. He came in here, right? He told me that he wanted to go from 10K a month to 20K a month, and he did it. He followed through on what he said and even more, right? These are the type of people that are going to have the best success working with us, just because they're going to come in and outwork everyone, and they're never going to make excuses, right? David never made excuses. I don't think David ever made probably not even one excuse to me the entire time, right? That is what it takes to get to this level. If you guys want to be in the 1%, you want to be at 20K, right? Excuses are just like a non-negotiable, right? So at the end of the day, again, if you guys want help, going from 10K to 20K, or maybe even, if you're trying to even get to your first 10K, right? Guys, you know what to do. You guys have seen what we do. You guys have seen, everything. Stop doom scrolling on the videos, right? Stop just, going through my stories. Start taking action, right? Book a call right there. See how we can help you out.